All right, I got a perfect song. All right, I just had to look it up. All right, here we go.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Repeater, the podcast where we talk to amazing people about their favorite songs. My name is Evan Barden, and through my screen with me is Pat Cartelli. What's up, Pat?
Oh, not much. Just sitting here on the other end of a different screen.
Yeah, there's only two sides of the internet, and I'm on one side and you're on the other.
We got it covered.
Yeah, I think it just works like a window. With us today, could not be happier to have this dude on the show. Please welcome Jerah Milligan. Jerah, what's up?
Man, thanks for having me. What's up, man? Like this is great because you guys made me just pick my classic karaoke song. So this is my go-to. When we get there, this is my go-to karaoke song.
That is a good preview. That is a great preview. Okay, so I don't want to delay because we're gonna get there sooner rather than later. How we kick off every show is we talk about something we've been listening to recently, something that we're digging. Pat, what do you have for us?
So the last time we recorded, this album had not come out yet. I was very excited by the singles, but The Armed just released their album Ultra Pop. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. It's real weird. It's not what I expected. Really enjoyable though. So I'm going to shout out the song Big Shell. Don't really know how to describe it. It's a wild ride. If you're in for something new and maybe intense, say go for that.
Intense, kind of heavy music,
Nice.
Heavy rock,
Yeah.
ish world.
Yeah. They're like,
Cool.
what if we took pop and made it ultra? And that's what this sounds like.
Yeah. We were talking about that on an episode with Amir Khan, right? We were talking about The Armed.
Yes.
So if you do like The Armed, if you find yourself digging that recommendation, definitely go check out that episode with Amir because we get into that kind of stuff a lot and it's a lot of fun. This week I was listening to something a little different. I was listening to this song by Kota the Friend, Kota, Kota the Friend, called $200. It's off of, I guess, his latest album, which is called Lyrics to Go Volume 2. He's a rapper from Brooklyn. He's pretty cool, pretty laid back. There's like a lot of like piano intros to his songs, and he'll like rap over a lot of just sort of piano loops and things like that. And I don't know, this song, there's something about this song where he's just like talking about how he wants he kind of just wants to chill. I think like get a house in the suburbs and like have a decent paycheck. Like it's sort of like an anti-hustle song almost.
He's a full-grown man now,
is,
dealing with grown.
Yeah. He's like, I looked him up, and he's like 28 now. You know, like he's not exactly like old enough to where he really has to start worrying about it. But you can tell he's just hitting that point in your 20s where you're like, should I be more stable? Should I be doing more stuff? Is this the right career for me? Maybe. I think he's on a perfect trajectory, but you can tell that that's where like this album is starting to like lean a little bit. But he's cool too. It's an easily digestible album. I suggest everyone check it out. He has not a single song, I think, longer than 1:50. So it feels like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like hip hop, pop music, hip hop, like for the modern age, for like the Instagram generation or whatever.
Short attention span hip hop. I get it. It's like,
yeah.
I'm listening to something that, like, honestly, I feel like you guys have really cool picks. Mine is pure like candy. I started listening to out of nowhere. Dua Lipa featuring the Baby, Levitating. It. You know what it is? Is the song feels like a summer party song, and I think after being stuck in the house for like over a year, I'm ready to be out and with the shits. Like I'm ready.
Yeah.
This song feels like you could play this on the beach at a brunch spot. You can be in Europe and this song comes on and everyone's having a vibe. And I'm ready for the vibes. Give me all the fun vibes.
Yeah. Dude, that's how I was feeling about that when that Silk Sonic song dropped. Bruno Mars and Pac. When that song dropped, I was just like, man, we haven't had like a fun, sexy feeling in a while.
I know.
Like, it's been a year of not really having that.
I'm here for it. When I heard that song, all I would do, I would sing to my girlfriend, like, if she doing something, I would just scream, leave the door open. And it got real old real fast, but I still love it. I don't care. Like that. Yeah, and so that good. Justin Bieber Peaches song. Is it Peaches? What is it called? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Justin Bieber got some song that is so smooth. I'm like, who? I had to question who it was at one point. I was like, this is good. Was it? I think it's Peaches.
Like, yeah, Peaches. It is Peaches.
Yes, I like it. It's smooth.
Real different vibe than the '90s Peaches by Presidents of the United States of America.
A little bit.
That was like goofy, dumb rock, and now Bieber's bringing Peaches back to the mainstream in just like sex.
There was also that famous song from Jagged? Was it 112? Peaches and Cream. I remember growing up.
Oh, and I didn't understand.
I didn't understand the lyrics, but now as a grown man, I'm like, ooh, that was a nasty song. That was a nasty song, and that was on the radio.
Yeah, oof. That was definitely one of the songs when you're a kid. You don't know how nasty it is. And yeah.
I used to sing LL Cool J doing it and not knowing. I didn't know. I thought it was a cool song. I had no clue what was happening. I was like doing it and doing it and doing it well. It made sense.
Oh my God. Yeah, we were talking about this on the pod recently because I was in a TLC hole, and it's like I used to just sing along to Red Light Special all the time. Like that was like I would be everywhere with like my Discman, just listen to the sexiest
you didn't know
album of 1994, and I really just did. I mean, like I knew it was romantic, but I didn't know it was dirty. You know what I mean?
Until you sing it around an adult, and they're like, "What did you just say?" And it's like,
and I was like, "You bought me this album."
Yeah. Oh man, that was like every Usher song. It was like, man, I don't know what this means, but you remind me of a girl that I once knew. It's all classic.
I was just a preview of the song that you chose today. But I was like looking up that genre, like Usher's genre, right? And I was looking up kind of like top 90s R&B artists, and this one list had them broken down by like subgenre, and you know, many of these names they had I'd like never thought of or heard of, but they called Usher's genre the Mr. Steal Your Man / Casanova genre. That was like his subgenre of R&B. And I was like, that is very accurate.
That makes sense, Mr. Steal Your Man. Like, that's what there was one song I remember very vividly. He had a song called My Way. And in the music video, a non-famous Tyrese plays the boyfriend of the girl that Usher is taking in the video. And I'm like, the mere fact that years later, this dude is now in Fast and the Furious, and no one even probably remembers he was a singer, you know?
Yeah.
Because Tyrese was a rocker. Wild. He had like a lip piercing. It was a whole different dude then.
No.
Yes. he had a little pointed stud rocker.
Dude, Usher's smooth as hell, but I don't know if he's taking Tyrese's girl. You know what I mean? Like, that's also a tough reality.
It was the prime time of I'm famous, so you got to be in this video, and I'm gonna take your girl in the video. Like that, like it's a prime time. I'm gonna do whatever I want. It's like being in a Diddy video. Diddy gonna be the richest, coolest brother in there.
Oh,
oh God.
Off screen, he's like the businessman producer, right? He's not that cool.
Always in the
music
video.
videos. We gotta bring him back.
Take that. I loved it. He was flashy. He was so flashy. I dug it. Take that.
I feel like his videos made him. Those were so huge.
Well, I think that's the beauty of music,
moments, especially at like that point in time. You know.
Yeah, because you can project whoever you want to be. Like, I feel like when you're an actor, you kind of like got to get the part, and then if you're famous enough, you kind of can be cool. But like with stand up and with music, like rappers will literally say, "I'm the greatest that ever lived," and then eventually people may say, "You know what? He's right. He's the best." You know, like it's just something so interesting when you get to become and just stamp who you are, and you got control over it.
Yeah, I mean, you're an actor, and it's like if you got offered a breakout role where you were like an asshole or a weirdo or like a loser, you're taking that role, and you might be in that. You might be in that for years. Like that's what people are going to know of you, and maybe they find out it's like a surprising fun fact that you're Jerah and you're cool. You know what I mean? But like You don't get to show up to the casting office to be like, hey, here's the only roles I'm taking.
Listen,
make me a cool guy.
I've been arrested on network TV 3 times. But my only network TV credits is being arrested. And then I was talking to one of my comedy partners, and I was like, man, it would be really nice to get on network TV and not be the guy, either like the thug caught in the wrong place, the thug with a heart, or the militant thug who deserves to get arrested. I was like, it'd be nice just to be on there as a school teacher who cares about some kids, but the kids, they just don't see how important they can be themselves. So I'm there to teach them. Let me be Michelle Pfeiffer and was it Dangerous Minds? Let me just go into the hood and save some kids. That's all I want to do. Oh man.
No, I mean absolutely. Dude, that reminds me of your show. You know, we'll shout out in the plug section, but if anyone is not familiar with Jerah's podcast, Black Man Can't Jump in Hollywood, I feel like you guys explore this stuff all the time. And it's literally worthy of an entire podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we try to, but that podcast, man, it is ruining movies for me. It's like, you ever hear that saying? It's like, once that third eye gets open, now I can't not see stuff when I'm watching movies. I'm like, why have her say that? Did she really need to have this tank top on the whole movie? Why does brother keep saying, that's right? Like, no one talks like that. Like, it just ruins everything. Every time I watch a movie now, and it's like an archaeologist or a scientist, but the woman has on like a low-cut tank top running in the rain, I'm like, why is this computer scientist in a goddamn tank top?
Dude, the only thing I remember about Jurassic World was that woman in heels the whole time running through the jungle.
Bro.
That's my only takeaway from that movie.
Not only does she run, she outruns a T-Rex. She outruns a T-Rex in heels. What in the... Oh, man. I was watching that thinking, like, this is a hot mess. This is a hot mess. And then in the second movie, they made sure to show you when she laced up some boots. It was a tight shot of her putting on boots. I was like, all right, I get it. Y'all know people were making fun of y'all.
Well, somebody made a YouTube video that was like Jurassic Park, but all of the dinosaurs wearing heels.
Hilarious.
Jurassic Park trailer. It's amazing because you just hear them clicking around.
That's so funny.
See, then I'm never scared. I'm never scared. Also, as everyone knows, velociraptors aren't that big. I remember when I was 15 or something and discovered that. I was like, my world has been a lie. This is all a lie. But
they're just like kind of bigger turkeys. That's like sort of what they look like.
They're so small.
And they're not that big.
So small. They're smart.
They definitely fuck me up. I don't think I'm like strong enough to fend one off, but they're not as terrifying as the movies make them out to be, you know?
If it's 2 of them, you can kick both of them. If it's a pack, you getting eaten. That's how I see it.
I don't know. I feel like I couldn't even take a turkey. If a turkey came and attacked me,
turkeys can mess you up if they really want to.
And you got to touch the turkey. That's
people don't realize.
Thing. Nobody wants to touch a turkey. Nobody want to touch a turkey. Nah, ain't nobody trying to do
that. I think about a lot of barnyard animals, farm animals. You're like, oh, this one's cute, that one's cute, whatever. And like any animal bigger than a dog smells awful. And I feel like people don't acknowledge that enough when they're talking about the animals that they are endeared to. It's like most things just smell terrible. You know what I mean? And they're disgusting.
Yeah.
Honestly, you don't want that.
My grandmother had a farm and she had chickens and stuff like that and pigs. And it was just the smells. The slop. It was just the worst. And I'm like, this is what we eat? I eat this?
It's a harsh reality.
Yeah, I got to be better. I need you to feed my turkeys gourmet.
Gourmet Turks. Back to smoother affairs though. Okay. What is the song that you want to talk about today?
The song I want to talk about is a classic. I think it's 1992. Yeah, the 1992 classic that is still played in commercials today, as a matter of fact. Montell Jordan's "This Is How We Do It." Now, I will tell you about this song. I remember being in kindergarten or first grade. And I remember I had a friend who was determined to learn the rap section of the song. And then I learned the whole song. And I used to work on this show, Wildin' Out. And we always have a musical guest. So for like 6 seasons, I kept saying we need to have Montell Jordan on the show. I end up leaving the show because Astronomy Club gets a show. In the very same season I leave, they have a throwback episode with Montell Jordan on the show singing This Is How We Do It. Ooh. And I was furious. It's a classic, man.
That hurts.
That is brutal.
That hurts.
Oh, my goodness.
It is so mad. I mean, this is a song... If you could breathe during when this song came out, the year this song came out, you heard this song. Like, yes. This was an inescapable jam, I think. And it is still, I mean, I'm sure maybe like, I don't know if Gen Z's caught on to it yet, but I feel like even for like, you know, anyone our age and above, it's like, it's a almost like a must-have nostalgic throwback song, which is why you get an episode of Wildin' Out about it.
Yeah, and it's funny,
show, you know?
Because it was, I'm trying to look it up right now. It was definitely in a commercial that I saw maybe 2 weeks ago. And it also was on another show. It was on a Subway commercial, a Jackson Hewitt commercial. It's one of those things where I just imagine, you know, what is it like to make one classic track? It's like a track, because I was debating between 3 songs. Four. My favorite songs are This Is How We Do It, Summertime by Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube, and then the 4th song is Back That Thing Up by Juvenile. And I feel like all 4 of those songs, if they come on, especially Back That Thing Up, I don't even care if you were born when it came out. It feels like people just know what to, like your body just knows how to move to it, you know?
Yeah, there's something very innate about that song. It's like, it gives you the directions, you know.
Yeah, and then I think This Is How We Do It. It just gives you like a party vibe. I'm very big on feel good stuff. Like clearly when I was talking about like Dua Lipa, like I'm big on like, I know lyrics and music can be deep and stuff like that, but I need to forget all the bad stuff in life and just give me this moment to just act crazy with my friends and just have a good time, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's super important. Like, and everyone has that. I think it's one of the probably primary things about music that people enjoy, even if you're like a big music fan and you like, that's not what you talk about all the time. You know, like some people want to be deep and they want to like get whatever. It's like, but that doesn't mean they don't also just have the escapism of music. It's like, that's almost probably the most common feature of people who listen to whatever they listen to, you know? But dude, this song is definitely a good time. And I think why it gets used in commercials, right, is because like you have this super repetitive thing that's just, if you just put it on paper, the chorus is just, this is how we do it, this is how we do it, this, right? It's it's just like any brand that wants to communicate to somebody like, we have a way of operating. This is exactly the words we want to say. And if the song's been out long enough to be disassociated from bump and grind, then it's safe to use. And like maybe when it was hot, you couldn't really use it because it's like they're like, oh, people are out dancing to this song right now. Like people are getting dirty to this song. But now so many years removed, it's just like, you know, it's innocent again. It's sort of just like, yeah, that song. So any like brand can just like throw that chorus into a song and they're like, yeah, this is the Geico way or whatever, you know?
I never thought about that, the innocence of it all. I think you're right. Now it's just fun. This is how we do it. It's just fun. I never thought, it's innocent. It's like, it's cute. It's cute now. Oh man. Now I'm playing it in my headphones.
Dude, everything like wears off how dirty it is. It's so good.
It's innocent, but also like it's nice that it's responsible because in the first set of the lyrics, he says, designated driver, take the keys to my truck. Like,
look at that.
You're going out. You're partying, you're drinking, you're handing your keys away, you're having fun. That's great.
Yeah, overall, positive example.
And you know what? He's cost effective as well because reach for my 40. Like he's not out here spending a bunch of money on like whiskey and fancy tequila and mezcal. No. My man is going to 7-Eleven or Bodega, or a corner store and getting a 40 ounce, getting a nice little 40 bounce for like $4 or $5. Okay. Cost effective, drinking on a budget. That's what he's out here doing. Oh my God.
Well, like let's not forget, right? I think this is like his first album. He's a young dude. And so it's like he's gotta be, he doesn't have the money yet. He probably had only been featured on a few things before he dropped this. And then this made him for the rest of his life.
Dude. And this is at a time when you actually can get paid off of like, I just hope he has.
Oh yeah.
I hope he helped write it or something to make sure like he keeps getting these checks, because like this thing is still making money. And also I think so much about like how hard it must be for an artist today, because when this came out, you had the album, you had the singles, people had to buy physical copies of it, which was a big deal. Like how platinum was this? Did this go platinum? It just had to have went platinum. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out no, don't just tell me the lyrics that this is how we do it. I know the lyrics. I know it by heart. Yeah, like this song is platinum. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's big time. I was thinking about this too. I don't know if you like ever kept up with him, but in my mind, when I hear the name Montell Jordan, right, like I'm like, oh yeah, staple of 90s R&B, like mid 90s and on, maybe. Like I think about him and I'm just like, he kind of was like there that whole era. And then I was looking him up the other day, like about this song specifically, and I was like, he never really like had another hit really this big, but I don't feel like he's known as a one-hit wonder either. Like he somehow like had his biggest hit and then like sort of just stayed in the mix for a long time.
Because he had another song I remember, and it wasn't that big. Honestly, I remember this song because like this one I know I was growing up, because he had a song called Let's Ride, I think with Master P.
I think that was
or Silk the Shocker,
maybe? Or it was a Master P song.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe it was a Master P song. But I remember the video, and I remember going, it was like women dancing, and I was like, I remember being young and going, I don't know what's happening, but I love this video. Like I remember openly being like, I love this video. Yeah, Let's Ride. Was that a Master P song?
That was Master P and Silk the Shocker, I think.
Yeah.
I think it had both of them on it.
Yeah.
And that was 98, so you were a little older, It's like you know more. You know more then.
Yeah, I was figuring it out, man,
I was going to say that was also his highest charting album, Let's Ride. So not even the
damn.
I think that hit 20.
That first one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that'll happen with the album, because if you're more established, you'll like debut higher, even if you have like a single on your debut album that is like nuts. The album itself might not sell as many copies because no one's heard of you.
Man.
Yeah.
I was here for it. I was here for Let's Ride.
You were here?
I still play This Is How We Do It when I run. When I'm going on a run, like it's still...
That's a really good running song.
It is. It's just a good vibe. It's just a good vibe.
I was going to say, the vibe is right, because I think the sample that's used has been in like 3 or 4 other songs. Like it's a relatively popular sample because it's just has that forward, I feel like, I don't know, it drives without feeling forceful, which is like such a sweet spot.
And it's like one of those great, like, I don't know. Again, I'm really big on songs that can change your mood for the better. Like I know sometimes like when you're in a sad mood, there's songs that you listen to that kind of like make you feel sadder for some reason. But also I think there's songs that can either hype you up when you want to get hype, or songs that can pick you up when you're like feeling kind of down. Like when I hear This Is How We Do It, it feels like sunshine. It feel like if I had to describe the song, it'd be like the song is sunny. It's like a bright sunny day.
Yeah.
That's why I like that thing.
I feel like it's the type of song where if it comes on, maybe not, if it's on your headphones because you're going for a run, but if this song comes on in the wild, I feel like everyone looks around to see if everyone else is also hearing this song that's on, because it's like, it's just like that. Everyone has, I don't know, it has a shared reaction, and it is like the sun coming out. Like everyone's like, oh, check this out. Like we're all enjoying this, right?
Wait, do y'all ever do this? I'm also one of them people that, like, if that song or a song I really like comes on at like a bar or a coffee shop or something, and for me it is a banger, but I'd look around to see if anyone else enjoys it, and if no one else is like singing or dancing, I get mad. Like, you don't even understand what this is. This is a classic. Show some respect, bob your head. Feel it in your soul.
I feel like my reaction for that is I just kind of like, okay, well, you're wrong, and then I'm like angry but doing this. It's like, and it's not the right mood. It's not the right mood to be in. It's not sending the right message, but it is. It's like I'm not happy with all of you, but I have to enjoy this song somehow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But see, I'm one of the people. I'm petty, so I'm going to enjoy it even more. I'm like, if I see people not dancing, I'm definitely bobbing my head. Like, are you singing the lyrics? It's like, you gonna feel this song, damn it. I'm definitely that dude. Oh my goodness.
Hit the point where you're like staring them in the eye going, I'm watching you. Do you see me?
Yeah.
Because I see you not.
Yes. Or if you find somebody else who enjoys it and you kind of see them across the room and you connect like, yeah, you get it. And now it's like you got a friend, even though you've never met this person in your life.
Oh yeah.
Like I think music it can connect people in a way like that, where it's like, it doesn't matter the race or gender or age. It's like a song is a song, a good song is a good song. Something you play at a cookout.
Yeah, that's such a good feeling. And like,
yeah, Pat.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's such a good feeling when you have that moment in public, especially now when like you were saying before, none of us have left our homes really. Like, to have like those moments of interaction is always great. And like, I was at Trader Joe's the other day and somebody like came up to me and approached me because like they like the band that was on my hoodie. And it was just like a conversation with a stranger, and my eyes lit up and I was like, oh my God, I missed that. I missed all of this.
Yeah.
I miss like what this song is about. Just, hanging out and having fun on a sunny day.
That's it, man. Like but I do think, but I guess for me right now, I'm very curious to see what this summer brings. I feel like it might be just, I don't know. I think people have a lot of like, I just want to party, have a good time. I think it'll be a lot of good vibes. And I think you're going to hear a lot of, my theory is you're going to hear a lot of mixture of like old 90s party songs, but then like a lot of like these pop, hip hop fusion songs that kind of like bridge the gap a little bit. Because I think people now honestly just want to have fun, like they just want to break. The world's tough, man. It's still tough. I think we all just want, like, just give me a second to forget and just enjoy this. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
No, we tend to leave YouTube on the TV, like Tiny Desks and whatever, and the YouTube algorithm just slowly pushes us to Dua Lipa over time, which is great. It's just endless Dua Lipa coming through.
It's funny because I even think about Dua Lipa, like I do like that song a lot, but it is that classic pop song that I feel like real musicians hate, whereas like this song is manufactured just to be a radio hit. And I'm like, yeah, this sounds very produced, but also it worked. The goal of making a party pop song for the radio has succeeded. You put a famous rapper on it to give it a little bit of credibility. I'm here for it. And I think that's what This Is How I Do It does. It's like Montell Jordan probably at the time couldn't afford a feature. So on that third verse, he just raps it himself. Like he just does it. It's like, it is.
Right.
I'm going to say this. He was Drake before Drake. Rapping and singing before Drake did it. I'm going to say it. Put that on record. So when I get famous.
That is on record.
There you go. Put it on the record.
Shout it from the rooftops.
I think that'll be our first piece of merch.
Yeah, he does it. He raps a bunch, I think, on that first album.
He does, and he does it like intermixing music. Yeah, singing.
And it feels so like listening back now, I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of normal and doesn't feel that crazy. And then I'm thinking about it at the time, I was like, that wasn't that common of like, that era of R&B at all. You always got features. And then I feel like some people were maybe known for it, and that's why it was like their trick was that they could do both, or they were rappers who could also sing. But it was not. I don't know. It seemed to be like I was like that flew under the radar at the time that he was doing both.
I like it. I like it.
Or people just didn't like him. But I think it was, or maybe they didn't like his rap. But he seemed to hold his own. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's great.
I was listening back and I was like, he's good. Yeah.
I think he's
totally
great.
Good.
I think he's so fun. I think he's like, I don't know. I think he's so fun. Also, it's one of those things where I think if he would have came out now with this kind of like party rap R&B kind of energy, he would have been a little bit more successful than he was back then. So I think when he came out, we were transitioning from, I think hip hop was still like kind of confused. It was still, that party kind of vibe was ending a little bit. We were getting a little bit into like, was this 95, 96? Like Biggie, Pac were really big. Then we get into like the Diddy era and the shiny suits after that. But if he would have came out now where there's more of a acceptance of more styles, I think he would have hit. He would have hit hard.
Right.
Mm-hmm. He would have real hard.
Yeah, I think so for sure. We mentioned this earlier, but this is your go-to karaoke song.
Oh, by far.
That feels like it is in the service of getting the room up, getting everybody there to have an amazing time. You know, like some people know they do the song that they know they can sing. They do the song that they think is like, I don't know, or like they do the song that the one song they like feel comfortable with or whatever. And I feel like you are doing a service to the people in the room by putting on the song that's going to make everybody have a good time.
Yes. Do you know what I hate in karaoke? I hate the person that can sing or sing a little bit and they bust out some boring ass ballad. And I'm like, why do I want to hear you sing some ballad? Just so we can be like, oh, look, you can sing. That's not what karaoke is about. Karaoke is about living out your rock star pop lifestyle. So get off the mic. I hate it. It's like when you out here singing a song that's just for you, get the crowd going, man. Sing some Backstreet's Back. Get me feeling good. You know what I mean? I want those tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Damn ballads. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh. Damn ballads. Get out of here. Official note. No ballads at karaoke. All right, folks? Absolutely
get out of here.
Not.
If you do, you should be kicked out. You should be kicked out. Because this is the thing. No one wants to hear it if you can sing. And no offense, if you just had a breakup or you're sad, now we're all going to feel real bad for you that you're singing this song because clearly it's a deeper meaning. So just don't do it. Or if you do, unplug the mic. Like, unconnect the wireless. Like, skip.
Yeah.
Skip. Don't give me control because I'm a skip. Don't hit me.
It is not like it. I think in regards to what you were saying earlier about, you know, like you want to escape, it's like, let's just acknowledge that if you are not feeling great and you want to go through something, but you get invited to karaoke, that is not the place to do it. That is the place to choose something to let you forget the sadness for a few minutes, to really like brighten your spirits, you know, and like, and be outside of how maybe you're feeling day to day right then. That is you got to use it like you're using a dumb pop song. You got to use it like you're using a party song.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Because again, you want people to feel good.
Yeah. There is one time that I have been cut off in karaoke. And I stand by this. I think it is a bad idea, and I'm going to lose some friends out of this, I think. But we were at a bar in Chicago, and the bar was empty, and they had a karaoke thing set up. And so I had put in a request for Daft Punk's Around the World, which
nice.
At the time I thought was hysterical because the bar was empty. It was me and two of our friends. That's it. By the time the request list came around, the bar had filled up, and he put on the album version of Around the World, which is like 7 minutes long, which means the phrase around the world gets repeated probably about 200 times. And he cut me off and played me off with like string music, like as if I was going over on like an Oscar speech or something like that. It did not go well, and I learned my lesson, but I'll include that to the ballad list of no-goes.
Yeah. Something that's like 7 minutes long and incredibly repetitive is also not a good karaoke song, even if it's a fun dance song.
Yeah. No, I learned real quick.
Yeah. So I think we're on like, I love this kind of like we're talking about this thing of just like escape, right? Like life's fucking hard sometimes, and you just want to forget about it for a minute. What else do you tend to do, Jerah, that's like in that same vein of like, you just need to do something for you. You just got to feel good.
Man, I'm big on like I would say COVID was really hard because I'm big on like 3 things, like hanging out with my friends, either going to the gym or the movies. And like those 3 things were instantly taken away. But what I did discover is like, honestly, putting on some headphones and just walking was great. It's like not like I'm talking about like not even with a destination in mind, but it's like, yo, if it's nice out or nice enough to walk without freezing and just putting on like some headphones and just going, dude, it was a lifesaver. Like that's now my new thing. It's like, let me go on a run or walk and like just blast some music. Like right now, like today I went on a run and just blasted some DMX and I was like, yeah, that's next thing you know, you're running hard for no reason just because the song picked up a little bit. Like I love that kind of vibe. Yeah,
that is a good feeling.
Was running a habit before COVID, or is that something you got yourself into
afterwards? Because I was in LA, and in LA we had everything shut down, man. Like gyms just opened for us like middle end of March, so it was like you couldn't do anything else. So I was like, all right. And the weather was nice enough that I'm like, yeah, at least I can attempt to do this. But no, I don't like running. It's one of those things where it's like, I do it because, sometimes I feel like I should be running and not walking, but it is solely out of necessity. It's like when you get older, you got to get new activities. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, I tried running, and every time I try running, I'm like, this is the time I'm going to get into it. But yeah, this song is so good for running playlists. I had...
Like, there's never a time.
No, but there are some songs that, like, I think at least help push you to, like, keep going a tiny bit longer. Like, I had one running playlist with Rhythm is a Dancer on it, and that song came on, and I was like, all right, okay, I can go another couple minutes. Just get through this track.
Yeah, for sure. Rhythm is a Dancer. That's classic.
That's a pump up song. I mean, I remember I've probably talked about it on the show before. And in 5th grade, I had this compilation album, a thing of the time, called Ultimate Dance Party 1997. And holy shit, man. I think if I listen to that now, I might be able to run for the entire hour of the album. It's just like all songs exactly like that, Pat.
I love it.
Jerah, thank you so much for joining us, man. This is what a joy.
Thank you.
This is a joy.
Never in my life did I think I was going to have an opportunity to just talk about this is how we do it in detail.
We recommend everybody maybe begin, maybe end their day with a song as good as like brightening as This Is How We Do It. If not the very song, why not?
Yeah.
Jerah, how can what do you got to plug, man? How can people keep up with you?
Let's see what we got. Please listen to my podcast at Black Men Can't Jump in Hollywood. Like Evan said earlier, we break down movies with leading Black actors and just actors of color and determine how they help start the conversation and show a little bit of how race is perceived in Hollywood. Got a sketch show on Netflix. Hopefully it's moving somewhere else soon. Wink, wink. But you can check that out on Netflix. It's called Astronomy Club, the sketch show. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jerah Milligan. That's JerahMilligan.
Hell yeah.
I think that's it. Like, honestly, that's the most I've ever promoted because I suck at stuff. And then my comedy partners were like, well, did you promote the show? And I'm like, damn, I forgot to plug it.
We're not going to let you forget to plug it. It is my favorite movie podcast. So I'm a fan, man. And I got to tell everyone to listen to it. You know it. And if you like sketch comedy, definitely check out Astronomy Club on Netflix. Truly, you all crushed it.
Thanks, man. We're just fighting algorithms. That's all.
I know. Hey, that's how it goes. Oof, I hate it. You can keep up with us with this show at Repeater Show on Twitter and Instagram. You can also check out our website repeater.show. Whoa, check that out. Cool URL. And this season, we're donating to a great cause with each episode. And this episode, we're going to be donating to Street Watch LA, which helps a lot of unhoused folks and fights for tenants' rights in the city of Los Angeles. So if those things speak to you, if you're the type of person that likes to stand up for unhoused folks and your tenants' rights, please go donate there as well. We would really appreciate it. I think that's it for the show. Jerah, once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, everybody, until next time, hit repeat.
Repeater is hosted by Evan Ford Barden and Patrick Cartelli. Visit us online at repeater.show for live dates, hot music tips, and show archives. Theme music by the Sun Lions. Everything else by Love Nest Productions. Welcome to Repeater.
That sound good, Jerah?
Yeah, that sounds great.